Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is Gabe coming back at you again with another video here at Trucking Live. You guys ever got into check engine light and then it turns out to be something simple? Stay tuned and find out.
Share, and subscribe.
Alright YouTube, so I pretty much got a check engine light, and after putting it on the computer, it ended up being a low coolant sensor. Now, that's not something that's definitely going to turn the truck off. However, on any of you guys that have a DEF system or a DPF system, such as I do, I have the DPF system on. That check engine light will prevent the system from doing a regen just because it has a check engine light. So I'm going to show you guys how to bypass it. So pretty much on a Cascadia, there's your tank right there, right? And even on the new ones, as long as you got this style of tank right here, this is pretty much the little sensor. All it is basically just a little sensor that floats. When it's in this position, it's because coolant's hitting it. It'll close the circuit and turn check engine light off. And as your level drops down, that little lever just drops down, right? And it turns it on. So I'm having issues with the sensor. So basically what I did to bypass that is I always keep an extra one on board. This is pretty much what the sensor looked like. And right here, it just bends, see? But what I did is I just went ahead and put tape and just kind of temporarily did it that way, just so that we can go ahead and get down the road, right? Now, if you don't have one of those sensors, an extra one like I do, I can pretty much put that sensor in here and it'll work. But you know, I might as well just go with the new sensor. I always keep that one just as the backup sensor because it's happened to me before. What you could do is on this sensor right here, it's just two prongs. You could just get a piece of wire and bridge it, and that'll turn it off. Because basically all this does is it's an on and off circuit. That's pretty much what it is. When it's straight like this, the circuit is closed. And whenever it's down, the circuit is open. And when it's open, that's when your check engine light reads that thing right there. So basically that's the way you guys do that stuff, guys. I'm gonna show you guys how to replace it. It's easier if you empty out the system, but I'm gonna show you guys an easier way. It's gonna make a little bit of mess, a little bit, just a little bit, but screw it. That's the way I'm gonna do it. So here we go. So here's the sensor right here. That's how it looks. It just has this little safety cover here. Alright, there we go. So this is how it goes in the bottle. So that one right there would be a representation of it being low on coolant. And then whenever it gets up like this, that's when it closes the circuit. It actually has like a little electromagnet right there. You see that? Or not an electromagnet, it has a magnet. And that magnet is what closes the little prongs right there. So basically this is all it does. So when it's like this, it's a closed circuit. So you won't have a check engine light. So that's the circuit would be closed there. And when it opens like this, it would lose connectivity in here. So that would be an open circuit, and that's what would cause a check engine light. It just has a little O-ring right here. Just put a little bit of oil in there and just pop it on in there. Bam, good to go. Kind of went ahead and put a little bit of oil on the thing, which is not really gonna matter because when I pull that bad boy out, it's just gonna spill. So we wanna make sure that the orientation is just like this. So when the coolant gets low, it won't no longer float. And as the coolant goes high, as you guys can see, we're normally on coolant, that liquid is gonna push it up straight like this. So we're gonna go in and try to remove it. I don't have the correct socket for it. So we're just gonna have to do our best with what we got. Let's see if we can somehow get this thing open. Just plastic, guys. So you know, you don't need to, when you guys tighten it back up, It doesn't need to be like crazy tight. You know, otherwise you're gonna strip the plastic thing. That's why I was saying that it's a lot easier if we take the coolant off, but I'm hoping it'll just make a little bit of a mess. See, we got it out right there. You guys can see right there. So we're just gonna go ahead and try to pull that one out and then slide this one on in there. All right, here goes nothing. There we go. Is it in there? Nope. It does have tabs on it. Okay. Yeah, that one's screwing on. I don't know what the hell was wrong with this one, but of course we'll use the old one. Screw it. So this one screws in right away. It must have been maybe like they didn't thread it in right or something. I don't know. Okay. All right. Golly. You would figure that would be the easiest part. Come on. Oh, shit. Definitely don't have one for replacement, that's for sure. Come on. Is that tight enough? All right, guys. So that's it. There we go. Now all we gotta do is we're gonna clean her up with some brake cleaner. So make sure that she's not leaking. Get all this coolant that's spilled all over the place. Hey YouTube. So as I was editing, I realized that I didn't even do an outro to the sensor portion, and I figured I'd do one now. So as you guys saw there, I went ahead and changed the sensor out. You know, it wasn't too bad. It didn't make too much of a mess. But it's little things like this that sometimes it just amazes me on how something so simple can put you down. You know, if I wasn't a little bit knowledgeable on my truck, you know, that's something that could potentially put you on the side of the road. Under normal circumstances, like on these old trucks without these DPF crap systems, trust me guys, I don't like them just as much as you do. You know, that really wouldn't have been an issue. You know, I mean, you'll have a check engine light for low coolant, but, you know, due to the fact that I actually put my eyeballs on it, I know that I wasn't low on coolant, so it was just a failing sensor. But to the ECM, all it's going to see is it's low on coolant, and any of you guys that know these regen systems, basically what it does is just, you know, it creates heat. You know, your engine creates heat for the DPF filter to burn off all the soot, so it runs a little bit hotter. And as the ECM sees a low coolant code, it'll just kick it out. So it'll just, whenever it wants to regen, it'll kick it out, and it'll kick it out, and it'll eventually get to the point where you get derated, and now you are on the side of the road for just a stupid sensor. So I figure I just went ahead and put my 2 cents out there. Hopefully it helps out one of you guys if you guys ever have an issue with the Cascadia that has that reservoir. A lot of these low coolant sensors, even on other trucks, they kind of pretty much work the same way. It's just pretty much an on and off switch where it's either open or closed. So you generally can bypass them that way. You know, but I'm the type of guy that likes to fix things right. You know, it was a band-aid just to get me home so that it wouldn't give me issues with regions or anything like that. And once we got home, we put a brand new sensor on it and she's good to go now. So if this video helped you guys out, give me a thumbs up, share the video, comment on the video, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.